It was like not even direct.
And listening to yourself, not doing what other people expect.
Leader, and then you act from just acting in that moment. Welcome to Change Makers. My name is Leanna Martins, and today I am very excited. I get to interview my Rotary Chapter President, Miss Melinda Noyes.
Well, hello. I'm very happy to be here.
Hello. So, Melinda is currently not just the president of the Downtown Rotary Chapter, she is also the president of ihuman, which is a volunteer position, as is her role with Rotary. And she is also the executive director of Autism Edmonton, which is, she's actually making money. It's
my actual day job.
Thank God. So to me, this really does sound like the amount of time commitment, like that, I feel like that's like 3 people's jobs.
It can be, but the circle that you build around yourself is what supports people to do those kinds of things. And it gives other people an opportunity to participate. So it's win-win all the way around.
So it sounds like there's going to be a big skill set that you've had to develop to be able to step up and take action, because you'd have to learn how to empower and incentivize and train for people to take action on their own.
So it's very different with paid staff than compared to with volunteers, and certainly with Rotary. That was one of my challenges, was learning how to manage volunteers as opposed to paid staff. With paid staff, you can say, I need you to come in on a Saturday, and they come in on a Saturday because they're getting paid to do it. But with volunteers, you have to find other ways to convince people that they want to participate in those things and allow them to participate in a way that is meaningful for them. And so that's the payoff for people when they come out on a Saturday to plant trees or to deliver furniture for a child or build beds. It's because they are getting something back that is in the context of what makes their lives enriched. It's not money.
It sounds like you've learned that very quickly. So you're a quick learner. And that's what I think makes a great leader.
I actually learned it with Step Up to the Plate. So Rotary does a Step Up to the Plate fundraiser.
I was lucky enough to be a part of it.
You sure were.
She was amazing.
She was amazing. So working with volunteers in the first year that I chaired that committee was really a challenge for me, because I couldn't say, okay, you go do this, you go do that, you go do the other thing. And it's finding the things that people are good at, the things that people want to do, and building on those pieces for them and with them. But both ways are great. People who are paid staff in the human services field or in the nonprofit sector, they are genuine as well in terms of why they're there and their commitment, but they're not doing it for free. And
it's a job.
It is. But when I was 19, I moved to Victoria, and so my best friend and I packed up her car, drove through the mountains, lived. We were so poor.
Yeah, but I love those stories. They're great.
But Victoria at the time was a very vibrant community of social consciousness. So things like Save the Whales and Amnesty International, Greenpeace, all of those things were very active in the community in Victoria. And at 19, I was hooked.
What is your biggest passion?
I think, we were just talking about equality, and so because I have 4 daughters, I struggle with that a lot. And the Roe v. Wade thing in the States, hearing about that is absolutely infuriating. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is one of my heroes, although that could have panned out a little differently if she had left her post earlier. They could have had another Democrat. However, she is still my hero. I think the things that make me passionate, equality. So men who work in nonprofit organizations get paid corporate wage. Women often sell themselves short, and I think we have to ask for what it is that we want. We have to stand up and say we deserve this. And I'm a woman leading an organization, and the guy down the street is getting paid $20,000 more than I am, and that is not okay.
Okay, so what do you hope your legacy is, Miss Melinda Noyes?
Small changes, just small changes. So it depends. I think it really depends in what corner. With autism, I really want to see the next generation of autistic people living lives in the community that are accepted.
So what would you tell people who they are moved by this conversation in that they're like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I can do something. There is something I could do. What would you say?
find your passion. So the thing that inspires you every day, and it might be reading to children in schools. If you like to read, take your books to school. Help a child learn to read. One-to-one time in a classroom in an inner city school can go a long ways. If you like to garden, go help a senior citizen with their yard. Those little things change your corner of the world, but if we all do it, it makes a big impact.
It makes a huge
It really
impact.
does.
So what I am here to say is I believe, I would be echoing Melinda's point, is that there is infinite ways that you can show up and make a difference, be it large or small.
Yep, you don't need to belong to boards or spend your life working in nonprofit. Just show up.
Show up and do your part. Exactly. So I love it. So if anybody would like to find out more about Miss Melinda Noyes, you can go to LinkedIn. Yep. Melinda Noyes.
That's me.
Yes? So thank you for coming. I think you're amazing. And I'm super excited for the next year in Rotary with you as our president.
Can't wait to see what happens.